Hello everyone, welcome to CoinDesk Turkiye's exclusive interview. Today I'm more happy to host Tansel Kaya, Tansel Hocam, a senior lecturer at Kadir Has University and CEO of the Mindstone Blockchain Labs. Tansel has 20 years of industry experience in software engineering and project management, and he is one of the most prominent figures in coordinating efforts around hosting Ethereum Devcon conference here in Istanbul. So Tansel Hocam, welcome.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me here.
Hocam, let's start with this Devcon initiative. What makes Istanbul a good candidate for that?
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot for asking. So we've been working on Ethereum and various EVM compatible blockchains for quite some time. We've been building products, but we never had the opportunity to have the Ethereum ecosystem as guests in our city. So there is this particular relationship between Ethereum and Istanbul. We have a very famous problem called the Byzantine generals problem. Related to that, we have like multiple hard forks of Ethereum named after Istanbul. We have the Constantinople hard fork, the Istanbul hard fork. So there is that cooperation between those two brands. But at the same time, this is a city where you have a very dynamic group of people, a very young city, and really interested in computer science and engineering. We realized in 2020 the decisions based on students on which university to go gears toward computer engineering and computer science the most. And we have a very vibrant cryptocurrency ecosystem. So we have a survey every year done over various cryptocurrency exchanges. We are estimating the number of investors in Turkey around 8 million. That's a huge number, right? About like 10%. And so we think Istanbul is the perfect candidate for the upcoming Devcon conference, where Ethereum projects are presented, developers come together, talk about like new projects. So I think Devcon in Istanbul will be like a great opportunity.
If you focus on the big picture, how do you see the blockchain ecosystem and software engineering ecosystem here in Turkey? And what are some advantages or what are some points that we should be improved?
Yeah, so Turkey has a very good ecosystem of gaming. So you might have heard of Peak Games and Dream Games and Spike Games, and these are like billion-dollar companies. And so we have this talent that's focused on generating hyper-casual games or various AAA games. That's definitely there. And then we have also like a more traditional enterprise level software development, but we think the cryptocurrency development effort is lagging. So we need more support there, also from people like me, teachers, and then like companies in the industry, but also from the international community to help us grow this ecosystem, to have more developers in this field, come up with new, more exciting projects for the blockchain industry.
Right. When we look at Turkey from an outsider's perspective, it's a vibrant ecosystem, a young generation, a lot of new potential. But when it comes to investment or attracting investment for Turkey, the levels are really low. So what is the reason for this gap?
So I guess there are multiple things. It could be the legal system. So foreign investors are not very comfortable using the Turkish legal system to securing their investments. But the good thing about cryptocurrencies is the token structure. And then the mechanism, various mechanisms like vesting mechanisms or locks, help you secure your investment regardless of the legal system. So the blockchain itself or the project itself is the framework how participants will benefit from the added value generated by the project.
Great. The efforts about Devcon being hosted in Istanbul is also a good sign of people coming together, cooperating for a larger purpose. So how do you see the potential of the ecosystem in Turkey to come together to collaborate for the larger targets or larger aims?
Yeah. So starting from 2017, we have this huge number of people being interested in cryptocurrencies, but mainly the interest revolves around investment. So about doing technical analysis or coming up with like new projects where to invest. And so we see we have influencers who command a big attention, like maybe like 500,000 people. That's very good. We have some institutions, smaller institutions, but we also have student clubs. Student clubs are really important when it comes to developers. So we learn this craft at the university level. So this is a great place to learn about it and get involved with hackathons and with various projects. So back then, around in 2017, we had few clubs. Now I've recently experienced it that we have like 35 clubs. Wow. All around the country, hundreds of students. There's a massive interest there, but this interest needs to be gathered together, like to have a coherent meaning. And then the industry should also participate, fund meaningful events, not only for advertisement purposes only, but for development purposes as well. So that is there. So we see the Devcon initiative also another good way to bring all these fractured societies together. Student clubs, the industry, and then various token projects. There is this concept of tribalism in crypto, where one group of people only believe in their own project. Bitcoin maximalists are very famous for that one. But for a larger benefit, like the advancement of the blockchain ecosystem or the technologies, we have to go a little bit above our tribalism and just focus on the larger picture.
Right. Just tell us about this Devcon Istanbul initiative. How did it start? What created more momentum for the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. So actually this is not new. So around in 2019, when we heard about the Istanbul hard fork, we decided we have to do something about this. So this is related to the city, so we should have an event revolving around this one. So what we did was like we invited Tim Bako from the Ethereum Foundation to talk about the upcoming changes. We did a treasure hunt all around the city of Istanbul. That was like some fun event. And back then we designed our logos, we created our society. And now with the recent Devcon in Mexico City, I'm sorry, the Ethereum event in Mexico City, one of our participants was part of the hackathon there and then was chosen as a finalist. And then we said like, oh, we should definitely bring Devcon to Istanbul this time. So it used to be in 2019, we had the last Devcon. We had like a gap of 2 years due to the pandemics. Right. But now this year we are gathered in Bogota, in Colombia, for Devcon 6. And then we are hoping that in the coming next year, or maybe like the year after, we'll be hosting our Ethereum friends here in Istanbul.
Great. So why do you think it is important for the ecosystem here? What will be some implications of it?
So as I said, the blockchain projects or Ethereum itself, this is just big, huge software project. If you think about it, if you take apart the mining part for proof of work or the servers we run our software on, it's basically software. And then software, we have to design it, we have to improve it, and then there are different parts that interact with each other. All this DeFi concept, where you have like one lending project, one is for insurance, the other one is for swapping various assets. They have to interact with each other. So you need new developers, you need new ideas, you need ideas to be refined. There are certain problems which haven't solved yet. Okay, so we should be talking about those problems, and these events are the best venue for that one. So you meet some old friends, you meet some new friends, people interested, you train new people, you learn from others, and then you also get to see what others have done. This is also a good showcase. All in all, it's a big package. We exist in an online world where we are constantly talking, but sometimes it's good to get together physically and then have these big minds of the industry come together, and then there can be like new directions to be taken after those talks.
Tansel, thank you very much for being with us and sharing your insights. Really appreciate.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me.